All right, so we've done a little bit of neurological with Wendy, and then she wanted to tell me a whole bunch of things about what's going on, but pretty much I had a pretty good idea. So let's go into those a little bit. I said, you've probably been in a car accident, slipped and falls, whiplash, something of that nature. So she's shaking her head, so I'm going to let her tell a little bit what's going on.
I was rear-ended.
Okay.
In an accident and got a really bad case of whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
Was in physical therapy for quite a while with that. Trying to think of what else. That's the main one, was just being rear-ended.
Were you taken to the hospital in an ambulance or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
So many times when people have trauma, unless they're bleeding or they're taken to the hospital in an ambulance, they really don't look back or understand what's going to affect them down the line. In your case, you were very lucky to get physical therapy and treatment. Many people don't do that and they get neglected. And lots of times this can lead to even concussions. We call it traumatic brain injury. The new term is affected brain injury. And I didn't see that on the examination. I did see a little bit of this, which is what we call parietal drift. But usually if you pronate, then I would say that would be some residual from the concussion that you possibly had. And I'm not saying you didn't have a concussion, but whatever they've done has really helped you tremendously.
I also had a herniated disc up in my upper neck
Mm-hmm.
from an accident where I walked into a turnstile and it froze and I
Kept on going.
Kept on going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. Car accident whiplash, and that's pretty much like a whiplash that jammed you to, which herniated the disc. So we do see some things. Now, I noticed on the first part that you had good range of motion, so we're going to check that again.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn here, and what I want you to do, and you're doing a great job sitting up straight. I wish I had that good a posture. I want you to bring your chin towards your chest for me. All right. Now, how many fingers away do you think you are? About 1.5. Now, you should be able to approximate your chin to your chest. That's normal range of motion. Let it relax. Now, we're going to look up towards the ceiling for me. Now, this is really where I surprised. Her range of motion in extension is beautiful. Let that relax. It's perpendicular to the ceiling, which I love. That's good, but potentially could be bad. I'm going to say that it's good because she's healthy. She does a lot of good things for her as far as exercise, being in the garden, eating right, those type of things. So I want to be on the side that it's good, but I would be a little bit cautious coming into my office that I probably might want to take some x-rays because I would want to see is it hypermobile. So what's going to determine that is the next ranges of motion should give us some pretty good window. Now, I'm going to ask her to turn to the left for me towards the shoulder here. Turn your head and rotate it. Now, her chin should approximate the shoulder. So she's decreased in this left lateral flexion. She can go a little bit, but then she has to recruit. All right? So now we're going to spin, okay? And we're going to do a 180. Awesome, good job. And then I want you to turn your head to the right now. That's better. You can see her chin is closer to her shoulder. That would be a normal range of motion. So we're going to look directly at the camera if you don't mind. And we're going to tilt the head. So don't use your shoulder, but we're going to come to the left for me. So good range of motion there. Your ear should be halfway to your shoulder. You can let that relax. That would be 45 degrees. That would be normal. Tip your head to the right for me. Ooh, don't like that one. See how she has to turn her head, her chin, and move. So we have right lateral flexion, which is really decreased. So let that relax. And we have right rotation. So where would I want the laser? Flexion extension is C1, C2. Lateral flexion is C3, which we're decreased going to the right. And then we also have some decreased rotation to the right, which is C4 and cranial nerve 11, which is the SCM. So now that I did a quick examination, very, very fast, I know a couple areas where I'm going to go. It's going to be C3 is going to be the major starter for us, and that's where we're going to start. All right.